Yo, 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 yo. Yo, what's going on, y'all? This is Marcus Rosa, a.k.a. Mazuma TV, back at y'all with another live, man. Shout out to the nation. Shout out to the mob. We definitely in the building, man. I just got back off of vacation, man, feeling extremely blessed. Definitely something I needed in all honesty, man. Puerto Rico is a beautiful place, man. I had a really good time. For the little bit of time I was there, man, definitely had a great time, bro. You know what I'm saying? I can't wait to go back. The next time I go back, I'm gonna incorporate some boxing in there as well, man. I'm gonna bring a few of my fighters over there. We gonna explore the island. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to the nation and the mob for making that possible. You know what I'm saying? Making this possible because while I was on vacation, man, I took a couple days to just chill off YouTube for a little bit. I hit that 1900 mark, man. We hit that 1900 mark. Shout out to everybody that's been a part of the channel, that's been contributed to the channel, liking, subscribing, sharing the videos, man. Without y'all, it's not possible at all. You feel what I mean? So shout out to everybody, man. We got, as of right now, we got 1,902 subscribers. We on the road to 2K still, man. So we just need 98 more. We're gonna hit that 2K mark. So like I said, man, I'm very appreciative for everybody that came on here and that's been contributing to the channel consistently, adding to the conversation, bro. Whatever the situation is, man, I'm very appreciative. You know what I mean? I'm very appreciative. So there's that, man. We got 7 people in the building, man. Let's get the like button. Let's hit that like button. Let's get the algorithm on the up because there's some things in the boxing world that we need to discuss. You know what I mean? We got some things that we need to talk about. We need to talk about this Mike Tyson and Jake Paul situation that I find rather disgusting in all honesty, man. I ain't gonna lie to you, man. It's unfortunate that, you know, this is turning out how the way it's turning out. We just gonna touch up on that a little bit, and then we're gonna talk about the interview that Teofimo Lopez I just did, and some of the things that he has said throughout the course of that interview, which may be interesting in all honesty. I ain't gonna lie to you. So we're gonna talk about that. And we're going to talk about Turkey Al-Sheikh, man. Turkey Al-Sheikh out here popping his shit, man, just making some crazy shit happen. Things that I ain't even going to lie to you, like probably would have came about if it wasn't for him. You know what I mean? We definitely going to talk on that. You feel what I mean? Shout out to the boy Boxer Film. What up? What up? Let me make sure everything is correct right now. Hold on. Let me make sure I'm correct before I step. Shout out to the boy Boxer Film. What up? All right, we good. Shout out to Boxing Film, man. What's going on? Orlando Finney, what up? Do I want a gym and PR? Not necessarily. I think the way that boxing gyms are set up in Puerto Rico, I think that they are, you know, based around like rec centers. So I don't know if you could actually open a boxing gym in Puerto Rico. I'm not sure. But regardless. No, not necessarily, man. I would like to stay focused in Philly, but in terms of, you know, living in Puerto Rico, that's something I definitely want to do eventually. You know what I mean? Not live there full time, but at least have a property over there. You know what I mean? Shit, a few properties if possible, but you know what I mean? I definitely want to have a place to stay over there. I can just go back and forth. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, I definitely want that to be my second home for sure. But Philly always gonna be my first home. Ain't no doubt about it. You know what I mean? Orlando Finney says, congrats, Playboy. 2K, here we come. Pause. Nah, I get it, bro. I appreciate you, family. Thank you, man. You can't believe this, John. No, John, we gonna speak on this. Lorenzo, what up? What up, homie? What's going on? Let me make sure I hit the live chat. Let me hit the group chat and let them know I'm live. You know what I'm saying? So let's get into the boxing talk, man. Shout out to everybody that's in the building, man. You know what I mean? Let's get that like button up. We got 9 people in the building. I'm very appreciative for everybody that's stopping by. You know what I mean? Let's talk about this, man, because I told you guys in previous videos that I had made in the past that, you know, that this was going to happen. You know what I mean? For those of y'all who don't know or haven't just been looking on the internet as of lately, man, it is official. Mike Tyson versus Jake Paul is officially being sanctioned by the Texas State Athletic Commission, man. Let's look into the exact article that I have found right here, man. Shout out to Michael Benson for always keeping me informed of what's going on in the boxing world, man. One of my go-to sources. You know what I mean? But before I get into that, man, this is something that really it broke my heart when I read this shit, man. Francis Ngannou announced the tragic death of his 15-month-old son, man. You can tell that he's distraught about it. You know what I mean? It's heartbreaking. You know, me having a young son myself, he's 10 months old, about to be 11 months coming up this month. You know what I mean? Reading that shit hurt. You know what I mean? We don't know the details, but you know that was heartbreaking to read. You know what I mean? So I just wanted to get that shit out the way. I don't want it to be that type of live, you know what I mean, where it's that deep, that personal. But I had to get that off my chest. I've been thinking about it ever since I read that post. You know what I mean? And I can't imagine anybody going through that. I can't imagine anybody going through that, man. You know what I mean? Having to bury your own kids, bro, that's a pain that I hope I never, come face to face with. You know what I mean? So prayers up for Francis Ngannou, man. That's a courageous man. He got a hell of a story. And he's had a lot of personal issues throughout the course of his life, and this probably hit the hardest out of all of them. You know what I mean? So prayers up for Francis Ngannou and his family. I hope that, he takes the time necessary to, grieve in peace. I hope everybody respects his privacy. And, yeah, just as simple as that, man. I hope that man finds the strength within himself to continue pushing forward and not necessarily forget, because you're never going to forget that. That's the type of pain that's going to always follow you. You know what I'm saying? That's the type of pain that alters. You know what I mean? But hopefully he's able to heal. You know what I mean? Heal and continue pushing forward and living a positive life. You know what I mean? Because that could destroy just about anybody. Shout out to my active fathers out there, man. Can't imagine that boy pain. But yeah, I just wanted to get that out the way, man. You know what I mean? Orlando Finney says that's every parent's worst nightmare to bury their child. May little man rest in peace. That's a fact, man. That's a fact. You know what I mean? But let's get into the boxing talk, because I don't want that to be something that we constantly talk about. You know what I mean? Let's talk about this whole Jake Paul and Mike Tyson situation, man. It is officially a professional bout, meaning that this shit is going to count on the record books. You know what I mean? As a matter of fact, let me check BoxRec right now and see if it's official on BoxRec yet. It actually is. This is fucking insane, bro. Take a look at this. Let me share the screen. Let's share the screen real quick. I never even checked BoxRec to confirm it, but this is what it is, bro. Take a look at this right here, man. Mike Tyson. This picture got to be from like 2005, cuz. I guess they're going to have to update his picture soon on BoxRec because, on July 20th, he's going to be an active fighter. You know what I mean? Mike Tyson with a record of 50-6. Knocked out 5 out of the 6 times, 44 wins by way of knockout, high knockout ratio, but he's been a victim to several knockout losses. And in his last fight, he had retired in his corner against Kevin McBride. And this was on June 11th of 2005. He's going up against Jake Paul, who's currently 9-1. And I believe how many knockouts? 6 knockouts. You see what I mean? This is going to be a heavyweight contest. And if you look at the rounds right here, it's going to be 8-2. So 8 2-minute rounds. We definitely going to discuss this, man. This shit is disgusting. This shit is disgusting. But shout out to Michael Besser for the details he had added to this situation. This is according to ESPN. It says Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson rules confirmed. But before, let me read this right here. Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson on July 20th in Texas has now been officially sanctioned as a professional fight, and the result will go on both men's official pro boxing records. This is something I told you guys was going to happen. You know what I mean? Because of how much, because Jake Paul got the complexion for the protection, and he got a lot of money behind him. Money could change a lot of shit, especially in a corrupt sport like boxing. You know what I mean? When you have the money, when you have the back end, when you got the back ends of big companies and shit like that, you could tweak a lot of things in the system, especially boxing. You know what I mean? With boxing being as corrupt as it already is, it's not really far-fetched that this is going on. As soon as I heard Jake Paul and his manager coming out and saying that they wanted to push this to be, like an official bout and really count this in the books, I knew that was going to happen. I knew it was a matter of time. I was hoping that Texas was going to have some nuts, you know what I mean, and turn them down and be like, yo, you know what I'm saying? We're not doing that. You see what I mean? For the sake of our reputation, we're not doing that. But, they must have enticed them with a pretty big bag, or, you know what I mean? There was definitely some convincing behind the scenes, because I'm definitely sure that yes wasn't their first, answer. You know what I mean? I'm sure that they had turned that down multiple times, but, with their ways of, persuading the commission, somehow they were able to get the approval. You see what I mean? So let's get into the rules of the bout, which is more confusing than anything. You know what I mean? Because like I said, at the end of the day, with this being officially sanctioned as a pro fight, that wasn't really the surprise for me. You know what I mean? I knew it was going to end up happening. And I told you guys again and again, when you're in a corrupt sport like boxing, if you got the money and you put that money in the right areas, if you put that money in the right person's hands, you can make a lot of shit change. You can make a lot of shit work in your favor. You see what I mean? So let's look at the rules. These are the rules that are confirmed according to ESPN. Like I said, officially sanctioned professional fight. Result will go on official records. So Mike Tyson's record, who has not been changed in 19 years, will be changing after July 20th. You see what I mean? Knockouts are allowed. So this ain't no pity pat shit. You know what I mean? You could vary. Mike Tyson could very possibly knock Jake Paul out. That's something that could happen. But Jake Paul knocking out Mike Tyson is something that could happen as well. You see what I mean? 8 rounds, 2 minutes. So these motherfuckers is boxing women rounds. You see what I mean? So maybe they were like, all right, we can make this an official bout because Mike Tyson's so much older. You know what I mean? We're going to put this many minutes on it. We're going to reduce the minute time, because at the end of the day, if something were to happen to Mike, you know what I mean? If he were to possibly get hurt at the extreme age that he's in, which is, a high probability in all honesty, they don't want to take the fault for that. So what they're going to do is they're going to knock a minute off the clock to reduce the chances of Mike Tyson possibly getting hurt in there. You see what I mean? But these are female minute rounds. You see what I mean? Amanda Serrano is fighting 3-minute rounds. You see what I mean? So at this point in time, Amanda Serrano's fighting 3-minute rounds and Jake Paul's fighting 2-minute rounds against the legend Iron Mike Tyson. You cannot make this shit up. On top of that, I guess Texas put this in the rules as well. 14-ounce gloves. 14-ounce gloves and no headgear. So in all honesty, man, this is like a sparring session. You see what I mean? Typically when you spar in between, it all depends on the person, but minimum 16-ounce gloves, right? So they dropped it by 2 ounces. So these essentially are heavy, like boxing gloves that you hit the bag with, 14-ounce gloves. You feel what I mean? No headgear. So, they probably were real big on the no headgear shit. There's no way that you can make it a professional fight and, put headgear at the same time. You know what I mean? That's completely contradictory to what pro boxing is. So I understand that. But the 14-ounce gloves, when it's supposed to be 10-ounce gloves, I'm sure that was done because they're trying to minimize the potential damage that could happen to Mike Tyson in this fight. You know what I mean? Let's just keep it 1,000. Mike Tyson is 57 years old? Do you really think that they want to be responsible for Mike Tyson really getting hurt in the ring? You know what I mean? I doubt it. You see what I mean? So they put little things in there. They added little things to the rules so they could save their ass a little bit. You see what I mean? But regardless, this is a sanctioned fight, y'all. This is a sanctioned fight. And I told you guys that this was disgusting, that I was really hoping that this wouldn't happen, because the last image that I want to see of Mike Tyson is him getting knocked out by Jake Paul. You know what I mean? But because there's dumb-ass boxing fans in this world, you know what I mean? There's like, oh, man, no, Mike could really do it, man. Come on, man. Yo, Mike, man, if this is a real boxing match, man, Mike would wash Jake, man. Did y'all see Mike Tyson walking in to the motherfucking UFC event with a cane? Did y'all see that? Let's check this out. Let's check this out real quick. Let's hit up YouTube. Let's hit up YouTube real quick. This was Mike Tyson. And he always what I've seen him a while back walking with like a with a walking stick and shit like that. You see what I mean? But let's check this out. He was at a UFC event walking with a cane. Yep. Here it is right here. The boxing film said he wasn't trolling. I doubt a 57-year-old man is going out of his way to troll the people, man. You see what I mean? But let's check this out right here. This is Mike Tyson, and this was about a month ago. Oh shit! Hold on. God damn! I just fucked this up. Yeah. Look at this man. Hold on. So look at him. Look at him. The walking stick. This is who Jake Paul is fighting. Now, does he look like he needs much support? No. But at the end of the day, I don't think he's just carrying that as an accessory. You know what I mean? I don't think this is a fashion statement that Mike Tyson is getting himself involved in. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, he might have some underlying issues that he's not speaking about where he may need that time. And he might need that here and there. You know, it's not a consistent thing. You don't see him with it all the time. But regardless, you know what I mean? If he's having aches and pains, you know what I mean? More than likely, he's going to be walking around with it. But this is a 57-year-old man that's being allowed to box. You feel what I mean? This is a 57-year-old man that, you know, when he was fighting back in 2005, he was more than washed. You know what I mean? He lost to somebody by the name of Kevin McBride, who was essentially a nobody. But even then and there, Mike Tyson was completely done. He was mentally checked out of the sport of boxing. And, you know, you could tell he didn't want nothing to do with it no more. He was a shell of himself. But somehow, some way, you know what I mean? He does an exhibition with Roy Jones, and they talking about Mike Tyson is back. And I believe even then, the Mike Tyson versus Roy Jones, John, I don't even know how long ago that was already. That might have been 5 years ago already. You see what I mean? This was in 2020. This was 4 years ago. I'm sorry. You know what I mean? And even then, you know, Mike Tyson, you know, he was aggressive. He looked like he still had some power. But you already know the last thing that goes away is power. You see what I mean? The last thing that goes away is power. But you know, Mike Tyson, you know, obviously a lot of people were piping him up because, you know, he looked all right against Roy. So now he's going up against a guy who's literally 30 years younger than him, has a pretty good punch. You know what I mean? He concusses dudes with one punch knockouts. And I wonder what makes people so confident that even though this is Mike Tyson, you know, we know Mike, one of the great top 10, probably greatest heavyweight champions of all time, no doubt about it. However, what gives y'all the idea that one, Mike Tyson is still the same, and two, what lets you know that this man at 57 years old has the punch resistance to deal with somebody who punches as hard as Jake Paul? Is Jake Paul like extremely skilled? No, not at all. You know what I mean? Is he the most experienced guy? No, not at all. Is he one of the top fighters in boxing right now? In terms of, you know, accolades? Absolutely not. However, this is a kid that is youthful, little to no damage, you know, pretty much in his prime years, and packs a hell of a punch. These are things that we cannot ignore. You see what I mean? In terms of, you know, who's reaching their peak athletically, Jake Paul is going up. Mike Tyson is going down. You know, and people, you know, these casual boxing fans, and they all they really doing is just eating this, like they eating it out of Jake Paul's hands. Pause. You see what I mean? Like they just, Jake Paul literally gets away with everything because these casual boxing fans do not know any better, man. Shout out to Sing with the $5 super chat. He says, salute to my man. Salute to my man. How do you think Virgil does against Boots? I spoke on this before. Virgil Ortiz, he has a lot of pop. You know, he got fast hands, explosive. You know what I mean? But I do think Jaron Ennis is too well rounded for Virgil. I think that Virgil will have a lot of trouble with Bout's athleticism, his hand speed, the combination punching, the power in itself. Because Virgil Ortiz, he got power, but we never really seen him in there with somebody who can match him in terms of power. You know what I mean? I think Bout's being elusive will give Virgil a lot of trouble too. It seems like Virgil puts a lot of power on every punch he throws. I think Boots will see it from a mile away. I think he'll make him miss and he'll make him pay. I think that he'll break Virgil up. But, they're in two separate weight classes right now. Eventually, they'll be in the same weight class again, and I'm looking forward to seeing that fight happen because that was a fight that was definitely building up when they were both at 147. But unfortunately, Virgil Ortiz ran into some health issues, and getting down to that weight was detrimental to, his health, his overall health. So hopefully, both of these guys can get to 154 and they can start the process of building that fight up again. But back when they were at 147, Virgil wasn't too enthusiastic about fighting Boots right away. You see what I mean? He had that little famous quote that everybody talks about. He said, "Oh yeah, when we fight each other, it'll be when we're up here." So it's not something that he's looking forward to currently. Boots said that they can make the fight next. He was optimistic about it. So it lets you know who's more confident going into that bout, in my honest opinion. One's speaking like a businessman, one's talking like a fighter. Well, whose character are you going to trust more? You see what I mean? But that's my overall opinion on the situation. I appreciate you, stranger. Thank you. Yeah, I made it home safe, man. It was a smooth flight to and from, so I'm happy about it. You ready for Saturday? I'm hoping for an upset. Wait. Who's fighting again? Is that Lomachenko and Kambosos? Who's fighting again? I'm sorry, my brain all over the place. Who's fighting who's fighting on Saturday? Oh shit! Wow, Jesus Christ! Damn, my fault, y'all. Yeah, that makes sense. I've been watching the episodes from Canelo and Jaime Munguia. You know what I mean? Shout out to y'all for keeping me informed. That shit just, I don't know why that shit just, yeah, PR got your brain messed up. Yeah. I'm still on vacation mode. My fault. But yeah, May 4th. Yeah. Of course I know about that fight. Let me see. Am I hoping for the upset? Yeah, I would like to see Jaime Munguia whoop Canelo ass because both of them don't want no smoke with Benavidez, if we being honest. But Canelo, man, the entitlement that dude got, and like how he don't give a fuck about what the fans think. It really fucks with me as a boxing fan, bro. It really irritates me. And I would rather see a new guy get them belts. You know what I mean? Shout out to PYP Boxing though. He says, "What's up, Loco?" No, I'm chilling, my brother, man. Feeling extremely blessed. He says, "What does Munguia need to do?" He needs to let his offense be his defense because he lacks defense overall. You know what I mean? His combination punching has to be on 10. It has to be consistent. He has to overwhelm Canelo with volume. And not only that, he needs to be unpredictable with his punching combinations. Man, shout out to Boxing Gems. You know what I mean? I watched they film studies sometimes. And it was something that I had picked up previously, but they really brought it to my attention in his latest video. And Jaime Munguia, he has great offense. That's definitely the best thing about Jaime Munguia, his conditioning, his will to win, his offense. But he falls into patterns where his offense is very predictable. You see what I mean? Very predictable. And with Canelo Alvarez being a great counterpuncher, you know what I mean? He's not the type of dude that you can make the same mistakes with over and over and over again because he's experienced enough to make you pay for it. You feel what I mean? So he has to switch it up. You know what I mean? He got to keep Canelo thinking. As long as he has him thinking, Canelo he'll lose a lot of them early rounds. And Canelo is a slow starter, so you should be looking to conquer those early rounds and take over the mid rounds as well. I mean, you want to win every round because let's keep it a buck. When you fighting Canelo Alvarez, you already down on them scorecards. Let's just keep it a buck. We've seen it historically with, there's been fights that we thought Canelo Alvarez lost, whether it was the Erislandy Lara fight, the first fight with Triple G, even with the Mayweather fight, they had a split decision. You feel what I mean? So you got to really beat Canelo to beat Canelo, if you feel what I mean. So, Munguia's best bet is to, let his offense be his defense, man. He got to work. You know what I mean? And whenever he gets hit with some big shots against Canelo, which is gonna happen, he has to have the determination and the focus within himself where he cannot let it phase him. You feel what I mean? But that's easier said than done. Canelo is a world class fighter. Is about as experienced as they come. And Munguia, he has over 40 fights, but he's never fought on this level. The lights have never been brighter than the ones that he's about to be under this Saturday. And may the best man win, obviously. You know what I mean? But I'm rooting for Munguia heavy, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. You know what I mean? The stranger says, real talk though, Mark, should Virgil still be in boxing? Doesn't he have serious health issues? Well, speaking for myself, I had to stop boxing as a result of my health issues. You know what I mean? Now, he's already fought twice since he's moved up to 154. It seems like everything has been well with him health wise. So maybe it was a circumstance where he was having health issues because the weight cut was too extreme. You know what I mean? Maybe his body. Maybe he just needs to listen to his body more. A lot of fighters, they have a tendency of not listening to their bodies, which is why a lot of them come in drained, that they underperform on fights. You know what I mean? If your body's telling you that them last few pounds is hard to get off, and it's only getting harder with each camp that you're going into, that's your body saying that it's time for a change. You know what I mean? It's time for a change. Virgil Ortiz, he started at 140 when I first started watching him. Then he moved up to 47. He had a few fights at 47. Was really building his name up. You know what I mean? Being a contender in the division. But then I guess his body is continuing to grow. This is a kid that's in his young 20s, his early 20s. So with that being known, it's like your body is still growing. You know what I mean? You're still developing. You're still maturing as a man. You feel what I mean? Not only your body, but your brain as well. They say your brain doesn't fully mature until you're 25, 26 years old. So, his body's going through a lot of changes. So with those changes, you can't do the same shit that you did when you were 20 to what you're currently doing at 25. You know what I mean? You got to make adjustments. So as of right now, he's had a few fights since the change, and he's getting knockouts. So I mean, they ain't against nobody credible, honestly. But Thomas Delorme, who, you know what I mean, too small for 154, man. It definitely on the decline. You feel what I mean? And I think the dude, he fought like Lawson. He wasn't nobody really credible neither, but he's getting knockouts. So, he's still sticking to his ways in terms of getting knockouts. So let's see. You know what I mean? I like the breakdown. I feel Munguia also has the fight. He also has the fight like he get against Derevyanchenko. That was his best fight. Yeah, but he's gonna have to, at the same time, man. It's like your offense got to be your defense. But hopefully, man, him and Freddie Roach have been working on some type of defense, because Derevyanchenko is a good fighter. Let's not get it mistaken. But Canelo Alvarez is a lot more experienced than Derevyanchenko. And there's going to be situations where he might get hurt in this fight. You know what I mean? There might be some situations where Canelo might clip him with a good shot. And, he's going to have to overcome that. I think that he'll be in a lot more situations. I think he'll be in some tougher situations with Canelo than he would with Derevyanchenko. So he can have that similar approach with Derevyanchenko, but, he might not get the same results with that strategy that he did against Derevyanchenko. You feel what I mean? So we'll see. Who do you think Tank will fight in this 6 to 7 fight deal? Well, he mentioned Shakur was one of them. Devin Haney, I'm sure he mentioned him as being one of the ones that's on that list. I don't know if that changes with Devin Haney coming up short in his last bout. If I had to guess, 6 to 7 fight deal, maybe Teofimo's in there, maybe Devin's in there, Shakur, that's 3 fights right there. Everything else is, I don't know, he probably pick on some Mexican PBC fighters. Maybe he'll rematch Isaac Cruz, Rayo. I mean, who knows, bro? Only Tank and his team knows. 6 to 7 fights, I don't know. I have no idea. He said, Anonymous said, man, y'all crazy. Munguia is getting knocked out. I mean, that's very possible. That's very possible. I never doubted it. That's why he said. That's why I said his offense has to be his defense because he lacks defense overall. So if he's not letting his hands go, he's in very grave danger. You know what I mean? If he gets too predictable with his offense, he might pay for it as well. So hopefully him and Roach put up a good game plan, man. Who knows? The stranger said, "Is it true the Floyd Tank beef is just for promo for his next fight? I have not followed their history." I think that they have genuine animosity. You know what I mean? I think that Floyd really be hating on Tank. You see what I mean? I think that they do that as a way to. I think that they be saying that it's for promotion and shit like that, just to ease the tension between the two, I guess. But I genuinely feel like wholeheartedly believe that they don't really fuck with each other. You know what I mean? That's what I personally think. I don't think that Tank would have exposed Floyd's, current issues in Dubai if it was just promo for the fight. I do think that once Tank got to a certain point, you know what I mean, Floyd just started hating on him. You know what I mean? Floyd is a habitual hater. Like if we keeping it 1,000, man, like a lot of dudes that's on the come up, man, he finds a way to either attach himself to their name or he finds a way to hate on them. We see what he did with Devin Haney. We seen what he did with Adrian Broner back in the day. We seen what he's currently doing with Gervonta Davis. You feel what I mean? I just think that Floyd Mayweather, he can't help himself. You know what I mean? I think that he can't help himself, and he's so infatuated with being that guy. When he sees somebody else seeming to take over the spotlight, he finds a way to either, make himself tie himself to that name, or he finds a way to try to destroy them. And I think there was several points where Floyd was trying to, take the O from Gervonta Davis. It just didn't work. I think that when he fought Rolly Romero, I genuinely believe that Floyd was trying to line him. I think that they were rooting for Rolly heavy, bro. I think that he was really trying to line him up. I think that Jose Pedraza fight, when they threw him in there, I think that the average promoter wouldn't have thrown in Tank that early because he was somebody who was still like in the proven stages of his career. I think that they try to line that kid a few times. You know what I mean? The stranger, yeah, stranger. Yeah, he did say that crazy shit about his kids. That's the type of man he is, though. There's a lot of fathers that move like that. You feel me? But, outside of the father shit, I don't think that that's just promo. I think that they have some genuine issues. But, Floyd always finds a way to get back into Tank's good graces, which is Tank's fault, for real. I think he just need to stop accepting Floyd's apologies and, just disconnect himself from Floyd Mayweather overall, bro. Because that's not the type of person you want around you. You feel what I mean? Somebody who don't want you to surpass them, or they try to throw obstacles in your way so you can come up short somehow. That's not the type of people you want around you, man. I just think that, and the same, just like how he cut himself from Adrian Broner when Adrian Broner was having all them problems and Tank was starting to, feel the results of being around AB, and he cut him off and he started doing better. I think the same thing would happen if he were to cut Floyd Mayweather out of his circle. You know what I mean? I think that he'll really start to flourish, man. Get yourself away from Mayweather Promotions, period. You see what I mean? Just rock with Al. Seem like Al take good care of you. He puts you in some lucrative situations. You know what I mean? I just think that he just need to rock with him. Just rock with Al. You ain't got to rock with Floyd. Stop associating your name with Floyd Mayweather, because what's going to happen is, the whole build up to the fight, he's going to be talking shit about Floyd. Then all of a sudden, when he's fighting Frank Martin, Floyd going to be yelling at him from the corner, giving him instructions. And then if Gervonta Davis were to win, you already know Tank. You already know that he hugging Floyd in the ring. Bro, fuck all that, bro. Fuck all that, man. You see what I mean? Just get Floyd up out your circle, man. Floyd don't give a fuck about nobody but Floyd. He's shown it time and time again. And then what's crazy is after, he'll go on a mission to destroy a fighter, and then once he comes out successful in that mission, then he wants to help them. No, fuck you. See what I mean? You one of them type dudes. Like, all right, now that I taught you your lesson. Now let me be involved with what you got going on. That's the type dude he is. You know what I mean? He gave Ryan Garcia all this game to defeat Devin Haney, according to Ryan. Then all of a sudden, when Devin come up short, he asking Bill if he need his help. What the fuck do we need your help? Why would Bill want your help when you were solely on a mission to destroy that man? You see what I mean? Yeah, like Floyd is a different type of hater, man. And I don't understand, bro, because Floyd, in all honesty, man, you the greatest of your era. First ballot Hall of Fame, bro. One of the greatest to ever lace up a pair of gloves. The most successful boxer ever. Bro, you got all this money. You so successful, bro. Why can't you just let these motherfuckers shine, bro? Why you can't let these motherfuckers shine? Your time is over, bro. You can't compete at that level no more. That's why you doing exhibitions and beating up on fucking YouTubers and shit like that, bro. You understand you can't perform at a high level no more, but you want the attention. You still want the respect that comes with being a fighter. And you don't want to be looked at as that has been. You know what I mean? So you keep doing shit to make yourself look relevant, but in reality, you coming off as a hater, and what you're doing is you're not making yourself look good, man. Your reputation going down the drain. Because trust me, a lot of people not saying shit to your face, but they noticing your actions. And what's gonna happen is that's gonna fuck up your future business ventures, especially with being a promoter in boxing. You're gonna be remembered as the hater, and a lot of people not gonna want to sign with you as a result. You feel me? So that's shit that you really got to look into, man. The people got their ears to the streets, man. They know what's going on. You know what I mean? So you keep acting like that. Why would a parent or a trainer want their fighter to sign with you if they see that you got a history of, undermining your fighters? Who has Floyd built up successfully? Because according to Tank, Floyd had nothing to do with his success. He said that was all Hal. You see what I mean? I do think that when Tank was on the come up, Floyd helped him with attaching his name to him. Because when Gervonta was on the come up, they was like, oh, he's the next Floyd. He's the next Floyd. You see what I mean? But, besides that, he's had Jalen Love. He's had Ishe Smith. He's had Andrew Tabiti, who just fought in Philly this last Saturday. I mean, you had Richardson Hitchens. You had, like I said, I've been bringing this up, Savannah Marshall. You had Jalil Hackett, who just left you. Mickey Bay. Bro, it was so many fighters that you'd have had, and they've done nothing under your guidance. Nothing. I think Mickey Bay won a world title. Ishe Smith won a world title, but in terms of becoming like stars in the sport and shit like that, like what have you done? I mean, you got Carmel, but who knows how long that's gonna last? I mean, if Carmel is tied with Al, he'll be all right. But like who's to say that? I don't know, bro. Like for a man to be as successful as Floyd, bro, he should be the best promoter in boxing right now. He should have the best stable. He should have the best events. Bro, what does Mayweather Promotions do? I don't even hear about them having events, bro. Like I be seeing Mayweather fighters on TGB cards. I never see a lot, bro. I rarely see Mayweather Promotions bouts. You know what I mean? Just strictly Mayweather Promotions. Like I never see that. Why doesn't Mayweather Promotions be like the face of Premier Boxing Champions? Why is TGB always the head people when it comes to doing the big events on the PBC? TGB always got it. Tom Brown and all of them, they seem to always have all the big events that happen on the PBC. Why isn't Mayweather Promotions the head of that? Why aren't they taking over? It's for a reason, man. Fucking Leonard Ellaby talk all this shit about him knowing the business and they're the best. And bro, why are y'all not a part of these big Johns? Like the last John you was involved with was Isaac Cruz and Rolly, and that was it. You was only there for Rolly, and Rolly fucking was doing the chicken noodle soup in the ring against Isaac Cruz. So you know what I mean? Like they ain't making no moves for real. Bro, if Floyd really tried as a promoter, if he was able to separate his ego from him being a promoter and just strictly focusing on the fighters, he'd be the best promoter in boxing, bro. Floyd is so powerful, he's so influential that, bro, he could get anybody under his stable, bro. Anybody. With all the money you have, supposedly, ain't no reason why you don't have a world-class stable right now. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Bay was champion at lightweight, yeah. But his career fell off the fucking map. And he blamed Mayweather promotion, like the people around Floyd that, pretty much fucked up his career. Having him sign with managers who ain't really managers and shit like that, bro. I done heard about all of that. You know what I mean? Let me see. The stranger says, who do you think future free agent Shakur? Okay. Who do you think future free agent Shakur should sign with? Shakur Stevenson is gonna be a free agent after this fight against Haratunyan. Well, let's look at what Shakur Stevenson got going on right now. He's currently the WBC champion at 135, right? If he's looking to be undisputed, it's going to be tough because Navarrete, may very possibly become champion at 135. So that might be a fight that he might have to go through. You know what I mean? It's like all the fights at lightweight, you had to go through Top Rank in order to become undisputed. Vasil Lomachenko and Kambosos, they fight for the IBF. The WBA is Tank, I believe. WBA is Tank, WBC is Shakur. IBF is Kambosos Loma winner, and I think Emmanuel Navarrete has a WBO. I think when he fights Baranchek, I believe. So 2 out of those 3 fights is associated with Top Rank. However, if Shakur were, because it seems like he goes back and forth about the 140-pound thing. I mean, you gotta look no other way than Matchroom. Keep it 1,000. If I was Shakur, with me being the popular fighter that I am right now, I would take the Bud route. Because look, man, or at least do a partnership deal. You see what I mean? Because when you're as popular as Shakur, do you necessarily need a promoter? Do you necessarily need a promoter? When you coming up and you ain't got no money and shit like that, and you need people to front the bread for your fights and shit like that, and it's understandable having a promoter. But when you're pretty much known throughout the entire boxing world, you're one of the most relevant faces in the sport of boxing. Do you necessarily need a promoter? Do you really need to tie yourself down to one promoter? I've seen fighters, like Mikey Garcia. You know what I mean? After they got out of that deal with Top Rank, they pretty much moved as a free agent the entire time and was going from network to network to network, and they didn't have no problems doing business at all. I would really sit and explore with free agency before I sign with anybody if I'm Shakur. You know what I mean? I would just really see how it is. And, if I'm having a little trouble, then, you know what I mean? If it's not what I really thought it would be, then I'll start looking at people and see who got the most respectable offer, the most respectable deal. But if I'm Shakur, I'm getting my own promotional company. You know what I mean? Shakur, I don't know, whatever the hell you want to call it. I don't even know if he got like a nickname or anything like that. But like, let's say Shakur Promotions, Shakur Stevenson Promotions. I would do that. You see what I mean? I would have that up and running. And I'll be looking to do some type of partnership deal. You see, Eddie Hearn don't got no problem doing no partnership deal. I mean, he just did it with Boots. You see what I mean? I feel like Shakur is just as popular as Boots. So why not? You know what I mean? If Eddie gets Shakur, then Eddie on a fucking roll, bro. But if I'm Shakur, if I'm part of his team, I'm strongly advising that he just takes his time on free agency and don't sign with somebody right away. You feel what I mean? Unless they give you a deal you cannot deny, or they give you a guarantee for like a mega fight or something like that, hear them out. But I don't know, man. I would really just, really be on some independent shit. You know what I mean? And take things fight by fight. Do a fight deal here, do a fight deal there. You get the best of every world. You know what I mean? Can't nobody hit you with that other side of the street bullshit because, you know what I mean? You're not signed with nobody. You go and you can move however you want to move. We seen Floyd do it. We seen like I said, we seen Mikey do it. We seen Crawford do it now. Look, he just did a deal with them Saudis. Like you could really do something. You could really do something. Silks Bando. Shout out to Silks Bando, by the way. I seen him cooking in the chat. Shout out to G-Bo as well. He says, you seen Abdullah Mason say he ain't pulling a Shakur, not being buddy with others. I mean, he shouldn't. Why? There's no reason to be friends with nobody that's in or around your division because you may very possibly fight them. And if you do have some type of friendship with them, that shouldn't get in the way of y'all making money together. You feel what I mean? I feel like a lot of these dudes do it as a way to, avoid competition. I'm not saying that's Shakur, but I do feel like there's fighters that do that overall. To avoid smoke and shit like that. A lot of people got selective smoke, like I've been saying. You feel what I mean? But yeah, man. I seen the interview he did with Cigar Talk. Yo, Najee with Cigar Talk. He's snapping, bro. He getting some of the best fucking interviews out here, man. He's snapping with the interviews. Him and Mill City Boxing been snapping with the interview. So shout out to them for putting that together. I seen Abdullah Mesa. He seemed like a real humble, down to earth, kid, man. I would love to bring him on the channel, man. I gotta hit Najee up like, yo, bro, man, throw a bone my way, my brother. I need one of them interviews. You see what I mean? But yeah, man. I didn't watch the whole thing, but I did see a little bit of it. Shout out to the Mason family. Rouse says he shot himself in the foot talking about not resigning. Bob Arum is petty. Arum will sabotage you if you try to leave on bad terms. Yeah, he's gonna find it. He's gonna do it one way or another. You see what I mean? Like with Bud, he couldn't beat him in the ring. So what did he do? He went out of his way to go on a fucking smearing campaign to make it seem like he wasn't a star, to the point where it discouraged a lot of promoters from wanting to sign Bud. You see what I mean? So that's one thing. With Shakur, ever since he said that, the man was fighting on a Thursday? Had him fighting on a Thursday against De Los Santos, and now he's giving him a shitty opponent who's coming off of a loss. I'm not saying that Haratunya is a shitty fighter. He's not a shitty fighter. I've seen him give Frank Martin some issues. However, it's not a fight that we really give a fuck to see. And plus, it's going to be easy to discredit Shakur Stevenson if he were to come out victorious against Artem, because Artem hasn't bounced back off of that loss that he's just had. How are you able to sell this fight for Shakur and Haratunya? How are you going to be able to convince the fans that this is a great fight? You can't. You see what I mean? You can't. So, and Top Rank and Bob Arum know that, but like they said, if they can't beat you inside the ring, they're going to find a way to, have people criticize you and, fuck up your stock in the game. You feel what I mean? And that's just what it is. If they can't defeat you inside the ring, they'll find ways to defeat you outside of the ring. Jose, and you on my zipper, nigga. Get off my dick. Dumbass nigga. Get the fuck up out of here. After that, Shakur needs a notable opponent. That's a fact. He definitely need a notable opponent. He should have rematched De Los Santos. You feel me? He should have rematched De Los Santos, but it is what it is. Yo, you know what I didn't know? I did not know De Los Santos was 24 years old, bro. That old ass hairline he got. I thought he was already like in his early 30s or some shit. This motherfucker younger than me. How the fuck he younger than me with that hairline? Motherfucker got that old ass nigga got that Charleston White cut. Nigga got a whole Charleston White cut and shit. You know what I'm saying? 24 years old. How the fuck that even happened? I had to Google that shit. Once that came up, I'm like, this nigga 24? Yeah, I remember De Los Santos pulled up to Shakur City, yeah. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, yeah, man. So we spoke on the Mike Tyson and Jake Paul situation. 8 2-minute rounds, bro. 8 2-minute rounds, 14-ounce gloves. This is pretty much an exhibition that counts on the record books. You cannot make this shit up, people, but only in boxing because some fuck shit like this happen. And if Mike Tyson get knocked out, you know what I mean? That's something that we just going to have to hold the L with. You see what I mean? It is what it is. Motherfuckers just going to have to hold the L. I've been telling y'all to stand up against this shit. Everybody think that, Mike Tyson got some type of chance. Okay. Y'all better hope. I better hope, because the last image we see of Tyson is him being knocked out on that canvas because of Jake Paul. Yeah, man. That's gonna make us really look bad. And then people gonna look back on it like, man, why would they let Mike up? Man, shut the fuck up, man. Shut the fuck up. Because at the end of the day, I mean, y'all the ones who was gassing this shit. Not yo, I'm not talking about the nation. Not talking about the nation, but just the casual boxing fan overall. Y'all play a vital reason in why this fight happened, because there was a lot of y'all who was drinking the Kool-Aid like, yeah, man, yeah, he ain't never fight nobody like Mike. Mike could kill him in the ring. Okay. Now, if he hit Mike with an uppercut or some shit like he did against that last dude and put him out, all right, we're going to see. We're going to see. Let's see if 57-year-old Mike Tyson could take a punch from a, you know what I mean? What's your thoughts on tag team boxing concept? I don't have no thoughts on it. That shit is trash. Get that nut shit up out the fucking sport. That's not what boxing is. Boxing is an individual sport. Why the fuck we need people tag teaming in boxing? This ain't WWE. Get them the fuck out of here. No disrespect to you, stranger. I'm just speaking in general. Like that whole concept of tag team boxing, that's disgusting, man. What will be the best path of fights opponents for Shakur to regain his stock, in your opinion? I mean, I think it got to be against a certain style, because at this point in time, there's a stigma around Shakur Stevenson that he's afraid of punchers, right? They say that when he goes up against punchers that, you know, he's very cautious. You know what I mean? He moves around a lot. You know, he's afraid to get hit and shit like that. So if I'm Shakur Stevenson and I'm trying to regain my stock, then I'm rematching Edwin De Los Santos and I'm punishing him. I'm putting on a boxing display where, you know, I'm showing that not that I'm willing to get hit, but that I'm willing to be aggressive and take chances against somebody who's as dangerous as Edwin De Los Santos. You feel what I mean? I'll do what Devin Haney did and walk straight into the smoke. But what I'm saying is, you know, you can still put on a display of boxing where, you know, you could punish a dude, you could swim without getting wet. Like, you know, one of the big examples, like Floyd Gotti. You know what I mean? Like Floyd punished Arturo Gotti. Arturo Gotti was a big puncher, but he found a way to hit and not get hit. See, these dudes is fucking goofy, bro. Fucking goofy. I switched up on Southpaw. That's the biggest joke I heard all day. It sounds like motherfuckers is just talking and they don't know the details behind the shit. But, you know, let niggas play victim. You know what I mean? That's what baby moms and shit do. You feel me? So it is what it is. Has the Matias Paro undercard been released? I haven't seen anything about that. Shakur needs to see more to Taya. Dangerous, not too dangerous. I mean, that's a good direction as well. But what I'm saying is, rematch De Los Santos or go up against a puncher. You know what I mean? You got to remove that stigma, man. Because, you know, like I said, if he would have rematched De Los Santos and he was to really like put it on him, just completely outclass him, beat him up, then I'm like, oh, well, I guess he was injured. And then his stock will continue to go. It'll go in a more positive direction. If he were to fight Raymond Mortaya, and you know what I mean, and punish him, somebody who actually has some pop and could box, skill, you know what I mean, then we could start talking about him in a more positive light. But, you know, fighting somebody like Haratunyan, that's not the right direction. You know what I mean? That's not the right direction, man. And that's just what it is. You fight somebody who's hasn't even bounced back off of his first loss yet. How are you going to be able to, like I said, how are you going to be able to justify that opponent? We know he got skills. You know, we know he had a competitive fight against Frank Martin, but at the end of the day, he lost to Frank Martin. He got dropped against Frank Martin. You feel me? So, I mean, it's not really, and then he's not like this big dangerous puncher that, you know what I mean, we all feel like could clip Shakur, bro. That's not the case at all. You know what I mean? So that's the only way I could really, Jordan Sheriff, man, that's the only way. I hope I answer your question, but that's the only way he could get his career back in the right path. He has to remove that stigma, because that's something that You know, that's an accusation that pretty much put a stain on his jacket as of right now. But he could remove that stain, but he's gonna have to take the steps necessary in order to do so. Fighting Haratunyan is not gonna get rid of that stain. Why Jared Anderson trying to cash out already? All right, well let's talk about it since it's being brought up, man. That was something that I was gonna speak about later. But fuck it, let's talk about it right now. Let's pull up this article right here. Hold up. As a matter of fact, let me see if it's on here already. Nah. So let me pull this up right here. And this is a post. This is a post from. Wait, is this facts? Well, okay. So this is I've seen this on Boxing Worldwide 1 on Instagram, right? So Turkey Al-Sheikh has came out and said that if Deontay Wilder is ready after his fight against Zhang, that he'll be in position to face Jared Anderson August 3rd in LA on the Terrence Crawford versus Madrimov fight. You see what I mean? So with that being known, the August 3rd card in LA, live on the Zone, is going to feature Terrence Crawford versus Israel Madrimov, Jared Anderson versus Deontay Wilder, Tim Tszyu versus Virgil Ortiz, Isaac Cruz versus Jose Venezuela, Andy Cruz versus Gerald Miller, David Morrell versus Kaladzik. I don't know if I'm saying that name right. I'm sorry. The last name, the European name is hard to pronounce. Andy Cruz versus Antonio Moran. His Excellency, Turkey Al-Sheikh and promoter Eddie Hearn Matchroom Boxing have plans to add further bouts to the card, which will be announced soon. That is fucking insane, bro. Did y'all hear that fucking card, bro? Terrence Crawford versus Israel Madrimov, Jared Anderson versus Deontay Wilder, Tim Tszyu versus Virgil Ortiz. Those first three fights right there, that's ape shit. You just going ape shit. But it keeps going. Isaac Cruz versus Jose Venezuela, Andy Ruiz versus Gerald Miller, David Morrell versus Kaladzik, Andy Cruz versus Antonio Moran, bro. Fucking insane, dog. Now, these aren't like the big number one fights to be made for each fighter, but these are great fights nonetheless, bro. You can tell Turkey Al-Sheikh is definitely a fan of boxing because I think he understands the styles and how to match them up properly, man, because for what I've been doing with the research I've been doing with Israel Madrimov, he's aggressive. They say that he shows a lot of shades of Triple G. I have to watch that a little bit more. He does seem like an aggressive big puncher. But they say he comes from a Sambo background. You see what I mean? For those of y'all who don't know what Sambo is, it's a type of wrestling. You know what I mean? It's a recognized style of amateur wrestling. You know what I mean? It's something that's pretty much involved with, let me see if I can look it up. It says this is a combination of judo, jiu-jitsu, and a number of wrestling styles. Now, for those of y'all who don't know, you know, Terrence Crawford obviously comes from a wrestling background himself, and usually based off of the fights that we see with Terrence Crawford, it seems like he's the physically stronger fighter in comparison to a lot of dudes. It's going to be interesting to see if he's able to do that with somebody who has a Sambo wrestling background. Well, let's just say Sambo. It's going to be interesting to see how he goes up against somebody who comes from a Sambo background. You see what I mean? Dabrowski says Sambo is basically MMA. Yeah, from what I see right here, if they're saying that it's a combination of judo, jiu-jitsu, and a number of wrestling styles, of course, that's basically MMA. You know what I mean? It says Russian military uses it for combat. Okay. I didn't know that. That's something nice to know. But regardless, it's going to be interesting to see how like the physicality will be in the course of that fight. That's something that I want to see. And, you know, he's currently the WBA champion, and this is going to be Terrence Crawford's fourth weight class. Is his legs going to carry up with him in this weight class? Is his strength, his punching power, his punch resistance? This is shit. I mean, there's some questions. Every time you move up in weight, you got to show and prove. Are you still that same guy? You know what I mean? Because there's people that look phenomenal in weight classes. Then when they move, they look phenomenal at this weight class. Then when they move up, they don't really look the same, but they don't look like they had that same athleticism, that same speed, that same explosiveness. Their punching power don't seem the same. You see what I mean? Because, like, for example, Mikey Garcia, right? When Mike Garcia was fighting at 135 and 140, he looked good. When he fought Sergey Limpinets at 140, he looked sharp. When he fought at 35, Robert Easter, Adrian Brown, and shit like that, he looked sharp. But then at 47, it was like, all right, he still got the skills. You know what I mean? He still look all right. He could beat some guys, but it just didn't look the same. You see what I mean? So let's see. Let's see. You know what I mean? You know, Terrence Crawford is the pound for pound #1 fighter in the world, in my opinion. On my list, he is. So I got high expectations of him. I think he has what it takes to beat Madrimov, but we have to wait and see. You know what I mean? We're gonna have to wait and see. And he has plenty of time to prepare. So hopefully he's moving accordingly and he does what he needs to do to get the victory. You know what I'm saying? Still want to see Jermell and Crawford. I mean, that could still be possible because the problem is I think that Jermell Charlo is champion in recess for the WBA. So let's say it's a situation where Terrence Crawford beats Madrimov and becomes the WBA champion. All Jermell has to do is activate that WBA. I think he just has to, you know, reinstate himself, and I think that he'll automatically be next. You know what I mean? PYP Boxer says, you told me I'm drinking the Kool-Aid with Joel Diaz, but he breaks Crawford down. I mean, I don't recall me directly saying that, but what I do know is that you got a lot of confidence in Joel Diaz. And Joel Diaz is a great trainer. You know what I mean? He's done some great things in boxing. Let's not get it wrong. You know what I mean? I like what he did with Tim Bradley and shit like that. I think Tim Bradley did him dirty, honestly. I think he made Tim Bradley who he was. But regardless, you got a lot of confidence in him, man. And, you know, I'll be right here to tell you that you're right if it does come true that he defeats Terrence Crawford. You're being facetious. Oh, okay. Tio is kind of like that. Tio don't really got pop at 40 like he did at 35. He can still hurt guys, but like when he stopped Compa, it was by accumulation. That's a fact. From what I've seen, yeah, it don't seem like he got that. Yeah, at 135, he was putting shit to sleep. You know what I mean? Like Comey, and I seen what he did to Mason Menard, and you know, he did a few people dirty at 135. I ain't gonna lie to you. You know what I mean? Loma felt that power too. But at 40, it seems like he's been having trouble getting them knockouts. Maybe it's because he's had some tough opposition, like Josh Taylor ain't no joke. Combas, you know, he stopped him off accumulation, but it's still a stoppage. You know, Jermaine Ortiz wasn't really in the line to, you know, really get hit. You know, Sandor Martin, not somebody to really sit there and take punishment either. So maybe he just don't got the right opponent in front of him. But if he fights Claggett, you know what I mean, he might get a knockout. Who knows? You know what I'm saying? So that's, you know, Turkey Al-Sheikh fucking snapping, bro. Let's go over this one more time, bro, because reading this shit, bro, it just gets me more and more like hype. You know what I'm saying? August, and this is under the assumption that Deontay Wilder will be ready to he'll be ready for August 3rd. You know what I mean? After the Zhang fight, hopefully he ain't got no injuries. I wonder if he loses, will they still put him in position for that Jared Anderson fight? You know what I mean? Because they tried the same shit. They was under the assumption that he was gonna beat Joseph Parker. You know what I mean? They was trying to line him up with AJ, and then it didn't work. So AJ ended up fighting Ngannou. I wonder if they doing this win or lose. You see what I mean? I wonder if this is win or lose. Who has heard of OTK boxing from ATL? I got invited to a show in Houston, May 31st. I never heard. I heard of OTX. I never heard of OTK though. Yeah, they be announcing fights before it's official. Yeah, so that bothers me too. You know what I mean? It ended up backfiring on them. But I wonder if Zhang, let's say if Zhang were to come out victorious against Wilder, would that put him in position to fight Jared Anderson? How does that work? Oh, OTX. Yeah, I heard of OTX. Yeah, they be having a lot of like Atlanta fighters on that. Yeah, I don't really know too much about them though. Besides that, I be seeing they be promoting the shit out fighters though. They be all over social media. You know what I mean? But okay, I'm covering Red Out Friday in Houston, the Zone. Yeah, I heard about overtime boxing. Yeah, Raul Marquez. Okay, shout out to Raul. I met Raul. I met Raul on a PBC card one time. He was talking to one of my guys at the time. Raul. That's funny because we was downstairs on some late night shit, just eating in LA. And Raul Marquez walked downstairs and was chopping it up with us. Cool dude. Shout out to him. He said Jared might pull a Ryan, take a knee, and walk out with that pape. Shit. I don't know, man. I feel like Jared Anderson, he probably confident in taking that fight because he feel like Wilder's a shell of himself. But let's say it's a situation where, Deontay Wilder is actually like active in the mix. He's prepared properly and shit like that. And let's say he start looking like his former self. You know what I mean? Let's say like he fucking knocked Zhang the fuck out. Let's say if there's a situation like that, because that could happen. That could definitely happen. Will Jared still be optimistic about fighting Wilder? And if Wilder, is getting back in the mix and he's staying active and, his punches starting to come together, Jared might be in trouble, man. Jared might be in trouble. Like, I know Tyson Fury gave him the stamp as the future of the heavyweight division, but, bro, that's still Deontay Wilder, though. You know what I mean? We seen you get cracked and hurt by, Charles Martin and shit like that. Wilder's a different type of puncher, bro. Different type of puncher. So if you're having trouble with that type of power and you getting caught pulling straight back with your chin in the air, that's not something you want to do against somebody that throws straight punches. Because when you pulling straight back, the worst thing, one of the biggest shots you get hit with pulling straight back is a straight punch. Wilder throw them right hands right down the middle. Right down the middle. You know what I mean? Jared Anderson got punching power. He got athleticism. He's fast. You know what I mean? Quick. You know what I mean? So, he presents a lot of problems. But, does he can he stay perfect or knock out Wilder before Wilder gets to him? It's a different type of, I don't know, it's a different situation right there. I don't know. But if Jared Anderson defeats Deontay Wilder, that's going to put him in position to fight for a world title ASAP. You know what I mean? But I think Jared Anderson has a lot of trouble against them elite dudes at heavyweight. I ain't going to lie to you. Him and Joseph Parker might be a tough bout. Him versus Fury. I don't know if he's going to be able to do all that athletic type shit with somebody as big as Tyson Fury. Usyk's a fucking surgeon. He might pick apart that style that Jared Anderson got. Silks Bando said, your boy Berlanga said he coming out with a reality TV show. I bet he is. He seemed like the type nigga to do some shit like that, bro. He just so infatuated with being this celebrity. He wants to be famous so bad. You want attention so bad. How about getting your attention and your popularity inside the fucking boxing ring and not signing up for a reality show? You fucking clown. He's a clown, bro. Like, he really think like he's this, like, huge, like, superstar. Bro, what he said, there's no face of Puerto Rico boxing, bro. No, there's faces to Puerto Rico boxing. You just ain't one of them. That's what you ain't come to grips with yet, bro. You're literally a nobody. Keep it 1,000, like, you well known. You know what I'm saying? You getting a couple dollars, her paying you and shit like that. You successful. All right, cool. But in terms of, being an actual star, you're nowhere near that. You're nowhere near that. Come on, dog. Like, name one credible dude you've beaten. How can you move in this reality TV show like you the man when you niggas gotta make the main thing, dog. Like, if you're known from boxing, bro, be the best that you could be in boxing. Let the boxing ring speak for itself. And then if you want to do a reality TV show after the fact, all right, cool. But I don't know. It seems like you prioritizing, you know what I mean, the fame over, you know, actually being great in the sport. You think, oh, Puerto Rico versus Mexico, bro. Puerto Rico's not backing you like that, bro. You're not, bro, because first of all, you're not even from the island, from what I understand. I don't even know if that motherfucker speaks Spanish for real, but he probably do. Let me not disrespect him like that. But what I'm saying is, I think he do speak Spanish. Never mind about that. But regardless, you're not from the island. You know what I mean? And it's just like in Mexico. You know what I mean? Like if you're from Mexico, let's say Mexicans look at Mexicans and Mexican Americans totally different. You know what I mean? They look at them totally different, which was why, like, you know, when De La Hoya beat Chavez, you know, Mexico hated De La Hoya for that. Even though he was Mexican. He's not from there. So they don't look at them the same. It's the same shit in Puerto Rico. You know what I'm saying? Like if you're from the island, they value you a whole lot more than if you're from the US. Like if I was still active and I was still a fighter, they wouldn't look at me the same way that they'll look at a Super L. That's just what it is. Do they look at like Ryan Garcia? He's from Cali, right? Mexican American. Do they? I mean, and Ryan Garcia is popular. Let's not get it wrong. But do they look at him the same way that they look at a fucking Isaac Cruz? No, they embrace Isaac Cruz a lot more. They love Isaac Cruz in Mexico. Why? Because he's actually from the island, man. You know what I mean? But shout out to the stranger. What's going on? I hope you have a great night, man. Thank you for tuning in. You see what I mean? But yeah, bro, I don't know why he's so infatuated with wanting this fame, bro. Like you want to be around rappers. I heard the motherfucker was rapping. Like, what's wrong with you, bro? You like on your AB shit. You see what happens when motherfuckers, when boxers start focusing on other shit besides boxing, it shows. When Canelo was all focused on golf and golf is life. Golf is life. We put on some of the most shittiest performances of his career. When you in this boxing shit, bro, you have to devote yourself 1,000% and not be worried about anything else but boxing. Boxing is a full-time job, bro. You cannot focus on anything else. If your mind is in other places, it's gonna be exposed in the ring. Oscar's own uncle was mad he beat Chavez. There you go. He about to drop a mixtape. He be thinking Fat Joe is Jay-Z. Yo, facts, bro. This motherfucker need Fat Joe everywhere he go to get some type of validation, bro. Jesus Christ. This dude is a goofy, bro. I don't know how you could back Edgar Berlanga, bro. This man wants the credit. This man wants the strikes before he even earned them. What type of shit is that, bro? Motherfuckers want the accolades before they go out and accomplish them. You can't make this shit up. But let me touch on this last subject before I get up out of here, man. And it's Teofimo Lopez versus Ryan Garcia. Shout out to Punch Drunk Boxing. They had did an interview with Teofimo Lopez, according to Michael Benson. And you know, Teofimo Lopez had some quotables speaking about the possibility of him fighting Ryan Garcia. You know what I mean? He's pretty much calling for it. He's making it clear that he wants that fight to happen. And he said he's willing to make the fight happen at a catch weight. You know what I mean? So there won't be like no disputes about what fight the weight could be at. What weight the fight could be at. I'm sorry. According to Michael Benson, it says Teofimo Lopez has called for a potential fight for Ryan Garcia in September or December. He says it doesn't necessarily have to be at my weight class. It could be at a catch weight, so we don't have any problem moving forward. So he's making it clear that, Teofimo Lopez, he's making it clear that it don't need to be at 140. You know what I'm saying? We can make that shit happen wherever you want. So, you know what I mean? We can get it popping. He goes on to say, he speaks on, the Ryan Garcia beating Devin Haney situation. He says, everybody got psyched from what Ryan was doing. He played it smart. He did what he did. Congratulations to him. I'm actually happy things turned out the way it did. Let's focus on that part right there. I'm actually happy things turned out the way it did. With Ryan now in the mix, it just makes things much better. But it doesn't take away from what Haney has accomplished and what he's done in his time frame. He just wanted to cash out, and he sure did. Now I disagree with that. You know what I mean? I don't think that Devin Haney fought Ryan Garcia necessarily to cash out. I think that he did that in order to, get to that next level superstar wise. You know what I mean? I think he understood. PYP says, I'm hearing rumors Berlanga and Canelo and PR September. I don't know about that. I don't know if Canelo will fight Berlanga in Puerto Rico, though. I don't think that'll happen. But on some real shit, I hope it do happen so Berlanga get his ass whooped over there. I ain't gonna lie to you. But Jamal Charlo was talking about he fighting Canelo in September, so it just seemed like it's in the air right now. But regardless, I don't think Devin Haney wanted to cash out. I think that he understood that if he beat Ryan Garcia, it'll catapult his name to a different stratosphere. You see what I mean? Superstar wise, I think that was something that he wanted to do. He wanted to build up his name in the boxing world, and how would he do that? By being a guy with a popular name like Ryan. You see what I mean? I don't think he was there to strictly cash out. You know what I mean? It sounds like he's trying to say he came to lay down, and that's not what Devin Haney get into. If anything, he got up every time he got knocked down. So I don't think that's what it is at all. I don't know if he was trying to say it that way, but that's how I interpreted it. But let's focus on this part of the quote right here. He says, I'm actually happy things turned out the way it did. With Ryan now in the mix, it does make things much better. I'm actually very happy. I'm actually happy things turned out the way it did. Why is that? Why are you happy that it turned out that way? So you won't have to fight Devin Haney? Why is that? That's interesting to me. With Ryan now in the mix, it just makes things much better for you, style-wise. You know what I mean? That shit is just funny to me, man. You know exactly. You know you was happy as hell at Devin Haney lost, because what that does is it allows you to get the fuck up out of the situation where you may have to possibly fight Devin Haney. You see what I mean? He like, shit, thank God I don't gotta fight that motherfucker, man. I don't want to fight no motherfucker that know how to use his legs, boy. I ain't trying to have that ring cut up. I ain't trying to cut off another motherfucking ring. You know what I'm saying? I ain't trying to cut off another ring no more, man. They gotta stand in front of me. They want to fight me, they gotta stand in front of me. You know what I'm saying? That's the type dude Teofimo is, man. That let me know that when they announced Ryan Garcia as the winner, that boy Teo was running. That boy was running all around his crib. Nigga was spinning on his head, all types of shit. You know, Teo be dancing and all that. That motherfucker was in there tweaking when they announced Ryan the winner, boy. You know what I'm saying? So that was interesting. But yeah, I guess style-wise, I think Ryan Garcia would play more into I think that Ryan Garcia would play more into Teofimo style, because for one, Teo don't gotta look for him. You know what I mean? And at the same time, Ryan Garcia got a lot of speed, he got a lot of power, he's explosive. You know what I mean? He could put you out with one shot. But he's very irresponsible defensively, and that could be something that Teofimo could take advantage of. You see what I mean? So I see why exactly he wants that fight. Because from moving on, you already know Devin Haney never gonna fall for that shit again. You know what I mean? He's not gonna fall for the antics. You know what I mean? He's not gonna step outside of his style. He's gonna fight his fight. I mean, that's what he should learn from that situation. You know what I'm saying? He said, "Heard you only 4'11". Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. That should be funny as hell, bro. When Southpaw be saying I'm 4'11", that should be having me laughing. Because in reality, I think we're the same height. So it speaks a lot about, I ain't gonna lie. That shit. I be watching. People be sending me like screen recordings, and I be laughing. Like I don't even take that shit personal. Because if I'm 4'11" and we the same height, nigga, is you 4'11"? Like the fuck, we about the same height and the same weight. Shit is hilarious. Teo would use Tank Blueprint to beat Ryan, I believe. I don't know. They fight totally different though, man. They fight totally different. I mean, Teo could definitely set traps and shit like that, but Teo is more of a counter puncher. So in all honesty, man, I wouldn't be surprised if and this might fuck with Teo, but Teo the type dude, he like to beat people to the punch. I don't know if he's gonna be able to do that with somebody like Ryan. Like when we watched the Richard Comey knockout, he punched with Comey. He took his head off the line, ran him into a right hand. He beat him to the punch. When he knocked out Mason Menard, same thing. He beat him to the punch. Can he beat Ryan Garcia to the punch? It's going to be interesting. You see what I mean? Can he beat Ryan to the punch? As fast as Ryan Garcia is, can he beat him to the punch? Because Tio got fast hands too. Dangerous Desires. Bully says, Floyd said it comes a time where you have to fight and can't just box. Devin can't fight, but he's a good boxer. I understand what you mean, but the problem is I think Devin didn't allow himself to box first. I think he just went straight into the fight. You see what I mean? I understand what you're saying, though, because you can't box everybody. You know what I mean? It might be some situations where you're going to have to bite down and just have to dog that shit out. I understand that. But I don't think – I think Devin – the mistake Devin made was he went straight into the fight without resorting to boxing first. Devin Haney is a boxer, so you should be looking to get your style off first. You feel what I mean? And if that shit not working, then you're going to have to, you know, get some things. You know what I mean? You're going to have to change some things. You might have to fight the motherfucker. That's just what it is. You know what I mean? So I understand what when Floyd's saying that, that's facts. Shout out to Olden Johnson. He says, salute to Mazuma TV and chat. Yo, don't sleep on Ryan Garcia, bro. The best of Ryan wasn't even in the ring with Devin Haney, and look what happened. Ryan cuts the ring off very good, and footwork got better. Footwork got better. He cutting off the ring. I think you could give Derrick James the credit for that. You know what I mean? Definitely give him the credit for that because it seems like all the Derrick James fighters have sound footwork. You know what I mean? They don't have the fastest feet, but their feet are, you know, educated. And they cut off the ring pretty well too. So, you know, I'm not sleeping on Ryan at all, especially after this Devin Haney situation. He may very possibly beat Teofimo as well. Teofimo like to play counterpuncher. Ryan might beat him to the punch and could possibly knock him out. It's possible. When you got the speed and power, when you get that combination, you're game in a lot of fights. You see what I mean? With speed and power, only needs to work on the defense. Ryan could be an even better fighter if he wants it that bad. When it comes to the money, take big fights and win. There's more money. I understand what you're saying. 50-50 fight. Yeah, that's possible. Yeah, I see exactly what you're saying. I can see both ways that these guys could win. You know what I mean? So let's see. I hope they do make the fight happen. Tio versus Ryan, late 2024. Why not? Why not? We need to see Teofimo in the mix because, you know, Teofimo, he's got good names on his resume. Josh Taylor, Comey, Loma. But Tio hasn't had that fight with that other young dude that's in his division as well. Like, he hasn't fought the Shakurs, Haney's, Ryans, Tanks. He hasn't fought any of them yet. We need to see him in the mix with one of them guys. You know what I mean? I think it's about that time. Devin fought a young guy. Ryan fought a young guy. Tank fought a young guy. They in the mix fighting each other. You know what I'm saying? So let's see Tio. Let's Tio step up. Let's see Tio step up one of them young guys that's a part of his era. You know what I'm saying? For some reason, Tio just can't sell. You can't tell Tio that though, because if you tell Tio that Tio is the biggest star, one of the biggest stars in boxing, he's a superstar. He brought Bud Light to Top Rank. You can't tell him that. You know what I mean? He talked about how other fighters want to be like him, and you know they all his sons and shit. Meanwhile, all these dudes that's around him, you know what I mean? They're making a bigger impact on the sport. You know what I mean? They're making a bigger impact. They're doing bigger numbers. They fighting on pay-per-view. What the fuck is Tio doing? Fighting Jermaine Ortiz and then about to fight Steve Claggett? Come on, man. LeBron lost? Well, I don't really care, bro. Keep it a buck. I don't care less about LeBron. I don't really care about basketball. Basketball is my second favorite sport at one point. When me and Southpaw boxing match, whenever he wants to, we can work something out. Tell that boy to put some money up. He always talking about how much money he got. Like I said, 20,000. I could get 20,000 together. He could put 20,000 together. Let's fight. Let's box. You feel me? Let's put some money up and get it popping. I'm sick. I'm 4'11". You should be able to beat me, right? I'm sick. I'm 4'11". It shouldn't be no problem taking this 20K up off me. Let's do it. You're looking like Jay. Yo, they be niggas at where I work at, bro. They be like, yo, man, you know who you look like? And I already know what they're gonna say. You look like Jason Tatum, man. Like, yeah. At a catch weight, I don't know. We probably the same weight right now. We probably the same weight right now. We probably don't even need to do that. Trying to tell you, it's like this motherfucker talking about niggas 4'11", bro. We the same size, bro. YouTube beef boxing. Listen, man, the money right, we get it popping. Straight like that. But Southpaw can't box. He's terrible. Punch wide as shit. He slapped with his punches, bro. He's trash, bro. Show that motherfucker sparring an actual guy that got boxing experience. And let's see what happens. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, I ain't doing too much rapping on that, bro. That man obsessed with me. I don't know. He got some weird shit going on. He got some real weird shit going on. Make the fight at 135. I ain't making no 35, bro. And man, I ain't been 135 pounds probably since I was like 12, nigga. 12, 13. Not even. Shit. We get it popping. 165, 170. Definitely get it popping. I'll come in lighter. I don't give a fuck. He can't beat me. So I ain't tripping. And I got so many southpaws in my gym, bro. Shit, that shit. He don't want these problems, bro. Ain't nobody he gonna spar in Chicago that's gonna get him ready for me. He can't box for shit. Like, he really be posting these videos and niggas be gassing him up like, yo, Southpaw, you the truth, man. Bro, look at who he's boxing. Look at who he's boxing. Look where he's boxing at. This nigga's boxing in front of a Planet Fitness mirror. Are you fucking serious, bro? Like, come on, bro. That nigga not allowed to show his face at any boxing gym in Chicago. Nigga banned everywhere. He trash, bro. This nigga talking about he won the Power Gloves in Chicago. Nigga, the amateur boxing scene in Chicago is trash. And I think this motherfucker was fighting in the Masters division. So it's like you gotta be like 35, 36 and above, nigga. Yo, that just eliminates all the competition. Why wasn't you just fighting niggas that was, in their 20s, 18 and up? You know what I'm saying? Why you went into the Masters division? It sounded like you was fucking copping, you was copping a plea, trying to find a way up out that motherfucker, bro. On some real shit. I mean, if I can't fight him, he want to do some master shit. I got a nigga by the name of Old Skills that's 170 right now. 170, 175. He 36 years old, bald head, look old than a motherfucker. That's why he call him Old Skills. And I guarantee you, he will knock Southpaw out. Like come on, man. Come on, man. Niggas who know me in this boxing shit, they know what type of time I'm on, bro. And Southpaw know too. He act like he don't, but he want to fight me. You know what I mean? So it is what it is. I've been saying it. And I know he be watching my lives, bro. He be watching my lives. That's how I know that's how he be getting all his information. How he get banned in the gyms, because he's problematic, bro. Everywhere he goes, don't nobody want nothing to do with that ugly ass nigga, bro. Who the fuck want to deal with this nigga, bro? This Komodo dragon looking at his nigga always want to come around slithering and shit. You know what I mean? With his bitch that's built like Rikishi and shit like that, bro. Want to talk crazy, man. Get that shit the fuck up out of here, bro. Nigga, I will beat your ass. That's all bro. Bro, if I don't know anything, bro, I know for a fact I beat his ass. But I ain't about to fight the nigga for free. Tripping. Like I said, I put together 20 bands. We don't need to go through bro, listen. We don't gotta go through no promoter. We don't gotta go through no boxing beef channels. Nothing. We could get it popping. Wherever you want. You know what I'm saying? Like, we can do it wherever you want. Nigga, I'll go to Chicago, nigga. I'll go to Chicago. You know what I'm saying? Let's get a date. Box, nigga. And we could put it up on our platforms. Let the people decide. But I guarantee you that shit not going to go how you think it's going to go. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, his bitch built like Rikishi and shit. You know what I mean? That's why he really mad. This nigga talking about, this nigga, bro, Southpaw can never talk bitches with me. I don't know what type time he on. Can never talk bitches with me. A lot of niggas can't talk about bitches with me. Southpaw, you one of them. You 42 years old. You 41, 42, 43 years old. You just having your first kid, my nigga. Like, cut it out, bro. You know what I'm saying? All that time you spent in jail, man, you never tried a man. Keep it 1,000. You never tried a man. All right. Niggas was beating the lint out your beanie in that motherfucking cell, cuz. Stop playing with me, nigga. Niggas was beating the lint off that beanie, cuz. Top bunk ass nigga. Yeah. His girl fat as hell. She weigh more than him. I'll bet money she weigh more than him. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. No, Southpaw got one beanie. That shit they embroidered that shit on that nigga scalp when he was a baby. Yeah. Southpaw smoked ports to the filters. You know what I'm saying? Anyway. Yeah, bro. He will never box me because that'll really fuck his platform up. Bro, I seen this nigga boxing some little what's his nigga name? Like Lord Esteban or whatever his name is. I seen him boxing him on some outside shit. It says, yo, Texas, you Bob. Southpaw spread everything. Ooh-wee. That's cool, bro. You can watch whoever you want to watch. That shit don't bother me. Yeah, man. But at the end of the day, he don't talk boxing like me. He don't box like me. You know what I'm saying? You can have a bigger platform. It's cool. But guess what? I beat your ass. And I bet you when I beat your ass, I take all your subscribers, nigga. Definitely beat your ass, guys. Yeah. That money, I beat your ass. However many subscribers you got, that ass woman gonna take at least half of them. At least half of them. I seen that little Mexican punching on you outside. Y'all niggas was boxing outside during COVID or some shit. Nigga punch you upside your head. Nigga, let me hit you with them Johns and see how you gonna stand up to it. You know what I mean? I remember Southpaw saying, yeah, I'm in my 40s, man. I don't take punches how I used to. Yeah, I bet you don't. You know what I'm saying? I bet you don't. If I hit you, you gonna let's go, champ. Yo. Yeah. It's okay, Southpaw. We can do headgear. You know what I'm saying? We don't gotta do headgear. I mean, we could do headgear. We could put bigger gloves on. It ain't gonna help you. You know what I'm saying? And not them little Velcro Everlast Jones. We don't get into them. You know what I mean? We're gonna put on some real boxing gloves and we're gonna get this shit popping. Let me hit that motherfucker upside his head. See what happens. Tell that nigga to show us some sparring when he sparred an actual pro. You know what I'm saying? Tell that nigga to show me video of him sparring a pro, somebody who can actually box, and I'll show you me knocking a pro out when I was 17 years old. That still box to this day. Over or under 400. She probably like Lomachenko record. She probably like 396. You know what I'm saying? 396. She probably right below 400. Yeah. I don't really care about him no more. Bro, I put money, bro, like I said, let's get this money together. I would love to grab 20 bands off Southpaw. But like I said, he wouldn't do it. You know what I mean? He don't want to fuck his reputation up. And like, bro, it's like, bro, if you really look at it, I ain't got nothing to lose. You know what I'm saying? I'm the one that's just about to get 2K subscribers. This nigga got 35 times the subscribers I have. Like, yeah, man. So I can see why he don't want them problems. I'll break him up though. I'll fuck that nigga up bad. All that little slap, that wide slap and shit. I got some sharp shit to shoot right in between that. You know what I mean? Hey, Mazuma, as a Puerto Rican, how you feel about Bad Bunny? I mean, he's a fucking superstar, bro. Nigga's a fucking nigga everywhere. When I was a little bit of time I was in Puerto Rico, bro, you heard him every day. Every day he was out. He on top of the world, man. He make great music, make a lot of catchy shit. He got the women behind him. You know what I mean? And once you get the women behind you, you relevant forever. You get women as if you make women the sole part of your fan base, dog. You're gonna be relevant for a long time. You always gonna have money in your pocket. You see what I mean? That's what's going on. That's why Drake can't fall off. So many women love Drake, man. He always gonna be around. He always gonna be relevant. Miguel Cotto, I think you meant to say Cotto. Miguel Cotto is one of the greatest PR fighters in my opinion. Yeah, he one of them. He one of them. I ain't gonna say he's the greatest. I get at the Wilfredo Gomez and Tito Trinidad. You know what I mean? But Cotto definitely probably you could probably squeeze him in the top 5 for real, top 10 when you really look at him. He's the only. I think he was the first. I think he's probably the only male Puerto Rican boxer to be a 4-division world champion. Yeah, Tito, that's my favorite fighter ever. I got that hook just like Tito too. Clean him up. Yeah, Benitez, youngest world champion in boxing history. Yeah, that's a GOAT right there. The way he cooked Roberto Duran, man, special. Hector Camacho, yeah, he up there. Camacho definitely up there. I'm gonna sit down with my boy Low Nose Boxing one of these days. And we're gonna put together the greatest Puerto Rican fighters ever. We're gonna do that one day on some fun shit. I'll just be trying to do videos that y'all fuck with, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to get into some shit y'all not interested in because, you know what I mean? Ivan Calderon, I think he is Puerto Rican. Bro, a lot of people been saying Tank could beat Prime Floyd at 135. What you think? I think they bugging the fuck out. Tank ain't being no Floyd at 130, 135. That ain't happening. He ain't being no Floyd. Says Street saying Jake Paul qualifies as a Puerto Rican fighter. Well, I mean, he lives in Puerto Rico. You know what I mean? I think he got a house in Dorado, Dorado. And he looks out for the island a lot, man. He does a lot for Puerto Rico, so they love him for that because he looks out. But you know, he ain't no Puerto Rican fighter now. Let's not disrespect the real Puerto Rican fighters like that. But Puerto Rico embraces Jake Paul. They love him. They call him El Gallo de Dorado. Mm-hmm. Cotto got fucked over, yeah. Yeah, Cotto definitely went through some shit. Why you call Jake Paul Christopher Columbus, man? You saying he'll colonize, that's what you saying? Ooh, who will win in their prime? Tommy Hearns versus Oscar De La Hoya. I'm assuming you talking about 147. I got Hitman. Oscar nasty though, but I think Tommy will get him. His range, that right hand, the explosiveness, the power. I think he'll have too much for De La Hoya to deal with. De La Hoya ain't no bitch though. He would have fought Tommy. Yeah, call it Jake Paul Christopher Columbus is hilarious. I see Tank fans say Tank will beat Durant. They out they fucking mind. Not at 135, he ain't beating. Man. Fuck no. Durant, the greatest lightweight of all time. Yeah, man, y'all need to go watch Roberto Duran for y'all go talking about him. Roberto Duran, I want to say this. Roberto Duran versus Shane Mosley at 135, that would have been fucking nasty. Nasty. I would love to see that. That's two great lightweights right there. People sleep on Shane Mosley at 35, bro. I think it was a monster. Yeah. It said De La Hoya get cooked with the jokes, but he was a dog. That's a fact. Yeah, he was a dog. And I don't know, people be clowning him, bro. That's not somebody you want to run up on. You better leave De La Hoya alone, man. He a nice dude, humble dude. I mean, but they be forgetting that he is who he is. He a dog for real. Vernon Forrest had Shane number, yeah, he did. But it's like that sometimes. He said Benitez gave Durant a great fight. He beat Durant. He ain't just give him a great fight. He beat him. Benitez is one of the kings that he one of the forgotten kings of that era, man. They mentioned Sugar Ray Leonard. They mentioned Tommy. They mentioned Hagler. They mentioned Durant. They don't never mention Benitez like that. Paul Williams versus Hearns. Ah, come on, man. Hearns would have knocked Paul Williams the fuck out. No disrespect, but different levels, man. Prime Tommy? Come on, man. Paul Williams, I think he was a bit reckless and shit. I think he would have ran right into something fucking with Tommy. I don't know though. Maybe I'm biased because I feel like Tommy would have beat. I think he would have beat Floyd at 47. I think he'd have been punching down on Floyd. I think that'd have been a big jump. Yeah, Benitez is the forgotten king, the uncrowned king. Facts. Sugar Ray Leonard would stop Tank and Stevenson. Sugar Ray too big for Tank. Maravilla Martinez versus Tommy. Now you're talking about 160. I don't know, man. I like Tommy versus all them niggas, man. I'm gonna keep it a buck. Salvador Sanchez versus NUA. God damn. I'm assuming you talking about oh word? Yeah, is this really him? Is him? Let me see. Nah, that can't be him. Nah, that ain't him. No, it wasn't you. You just made this channel, man. You just made this channel. You made this channel last week. You gotta do better than that. Stupid. You made this channel a week ago just to get blocked today. Fucking idiot. He not gonna come on my channel, man. He ain't dumb. Yeah, I just banned him. Stupid ass. Chavez, he had a lot of you know, tomato cans on his resume, but I don't think he was trash though. I think his resume was like, had a lot of bums. But Chavez was still nasty though. He was still nasty. He was the truth. He was the truth. He just had a lot of turkeys on his record. That's what happens when you come up in Mexico. You know what I mean? Really stepping. He said, "Yo, Mark, I used to box and shit. I've been trying to get different opinions from different boxing coaches. Do you think I could be boxing again after getting 9 screws in my leg? Yo, anything's possible, bro. Jose Benavidez got his fucking kneecap blown off, and he boxing. You know, Edwin Valero, that man had a he had like a whole skull injury. He came back and he boxed. What I'm trying to say is a lot of people that go through some, crazy shit, some real adversity outside of the ring, and they still find their way in there. Daniel Jacobs had cancer, came back and boxed. You feel what I mean? So, you know, if you're capable of moving that leg, you know what I mean? If you're able to find some mobility in there, you know what I mean? You could definitely get it popping, bro. You know what I mean? If you're able to move, if you're able to, you know what I mean? I don't know the exact, look at this motherfucker. You know what I mean? He said Southpaw trainer Carmel Moten. Y'all niggas clowning. He was saying I trained out T for Burrows. I never trained out T. I used to help him out, like work with him on the pads and shit, but I never was his trainer. So he completely out of the loop. He an idiot, bro. Niggas like Southpaw, bro, you gotta you know what I mean? You gotta talk to him real nice and carefully because it's hard for him to understand simple shit. He a simple nigga, you know what I'm saying? Salvador versus Arguello, nasty. RIP to both them niggas, man. Come on, man. Stop fucking around. Out of here. Bro, you dead ass, bro. Go ahead, bro. Yeah, bro. Ain't, you know what I mean? You got the passion, you got the drive, and you not disabled, my nigga. You get it popping. Frequent flyer, what up? Frequent flyer, what up? You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man. I appreciate everybody that came on here and chopped it up with your boy. I'm gonna get a couple more questions. I'm gonna get up out of here. It said, watch Carmel leave Floyd in 5 years. Hey man, you better take care of that kid. That kid could be a superstar. Hopefully he do what he gotta do. Riddick Bowe, prime Riddick Bowe versus prime Mike Tyson. That would have been a fucking banger, bro. You think Carmelo gonna leave Floyd? I don't know. It depends on the circumstances. It's like how is he gonna treat Carmelo after Carmelo gets to a certain level? Who you got in the Canelo fight? I think Canelo gonna get Munguia, but I'm rooting for Munguia. You know what I'm saying? Who wins? Tim Tszyu versus Ortiz? Woo wee. Who do you think it's is Chavez's best career win? Bro, he beat Edwin Rosario, Puerto Rican champion. He beat Roger Mayweather. He beat Meldrick Taylor. Damn. Shit, I'm about to look it up. My fault, yo. I'm getting these messages. Bro, this fucking cat, bro. I'm about to sock this nigga. Bro, get up, man. Get out, man. He also beat Hector Camacho. You said Robert Garcia way too good with Ortiz. I don't know, man. That's a 50-50 right there to me. I'll tell you this though: Tim Tszyu versus Ortiz ain't going 12 rounds. Holyfield versus Marciano, man. Holyfield to beat the dog shit out Rocky Marciano. He'd have beat the dog shit out of Rocky Marciano, man. That'd have been a bad joint. You think Devin will be able to come back from that beating, or should he just vacate that belt? I don't see a reason to vacate the belt. You know what I mean? Unless he's moving up. I think he could come back. From what I've seen, Devin Haney's still running. I mean, he out here running. You know what I mean? He's still out here running, still, you know what I mean, staying in shape and shit like that, staying active. Yeah, he could come back, bro. We seen people go through worse and, was able to come back. I seen motherfuckers get slept and then come back. Be all right, man. Yeah, Silks, you trolling. You said Jared Anderson versus Ali, you troll. I ain't even gonna answer that. PYP Boxing, he says Mazuma Robert makes it not 50-50. Trainers mean a lot, bro. I mean, they do mean a lot, but at the same time, this is an individual sport, and what it really comes down to is what the fighters are capable of doing. Because you can have a great trainer, but that doesn't necessarily mean you're gonna do great shit. You know what I mean? It could be a situation where Robert Garcia got a great game plan and Virgil may not follow through with it. You know what I mean? And if you're not listening to your trainer, you know what I mean? How valuable is your trainer to the table when it comes to, a fight? I'm not saying that Virgil's that type of dude, you know what I mean? But trainers do mean a lot, and I like the fact that you take trainers into consideration when coming up with predictions. A lot of people don't do that, you know what I mean? And with me being a trainer myself, I can appreciate that. But at the same time, this is an individual sport, and you can have all the people you want, but like Floyd says, you know what I mean? They can't fight for you. They cannot fight for you. It all comes down to you. What you come up with. And stylistically, this is a tough fight. This is a tough fight. You know what I mean? They both going through some hell, bro. They both gonna go through some hell. You know, Virgil seemed like he the bigger puncher though. Seemed like he the bigger puncher, but I never seen Virgil really get cracked. He fuck around get cracked against Tim Tszyu. We don't know. We don't know. It says you talking about Dev need to take the rest of the year off? He probably come back later this year. Man, listen, Marciano would never beat Holyfield. Marciano, that motherfucker. I mean, he beat Joe Louis. He beat motherfuckers like that. But you know what I mean? That wasn't the Joe Louis that was in his prime type shit. Yeah, Virgil did get cracked by Mean Machine. What are your thoughts on Ben Whitaker, the dude from the UK? Well, a lot of people think I hate Ben Whitaker because I had got into it with H Money on his channel about him fighting Atifo Burlington. I think Atifo washed Ben Whitaker. That's just me. But Ben Whitaker, he seemed like he got some skills, man. Flashy, fast, intelligent, sharp. He could be all right. He could be all right. But you know, he fighting at a UK level right now, so that's not really telling me what I need to know about him. You know what I mean? Seems like a lot of them dudes, they be looking good at a UK level, and then when they go up against, you know, top guys from the UK, or when they seem to transition over to the States or whatever, they come up short. You see what I mean? I think they come up short. I've seen it happen with Josh Kelly. Josh Kelly was getting all piped up. There's something he could beat Boots, and you know they was comparing him to all type of great defensive fighters and shit like that. That he fought Indonesian. I think he got stopped too, and they stopped talking about him. The Mafia kept him undefeated. Yeah, I heard that before. Virgil got cracked by Kaviaskis, but Virgil recovered quick. Well, that just lets you know that one, he got a fucking chin, and two, he got great conditioning. Because part of, you know, having great recovery after taking a big shot is being in shape. I'll tell you what, Southpaw can't take a punch. He not gonna make it. PYP says I have Jay Panda, Joel Diaz, Bomac, Robert Garcia, the best out there now. Joel Diaz outside looking at coach right now, outside looking in. Couch Calvin, outside looking in. Okay. Derek James not on that list. I think a lot of people, after them couple losses Derek James went through, they disrespected him. I think he's still one of the best trainers in the world. Robert Garcia on my list, Bomac on my list as well. And Panda making a name for himself too with Cepeda and Matias. What do you think Devin should have did to recover from being hurt by Ryan? I think he did what what you could do, tie him up. You know what I mean? Tie him up. And, you know, I think that he should have went on the back foot. I think that if he would have stood on the back foot, you know what I mean, just kept his jab and boxed Ryan and kept him at bay with his stick, he should have been all right. Derek walking back in. I mean, yeah, he just took the O from Devin Haney. He helped take that O off Devin Haney. You gotta pay that man some respect. But you know, after that Jermel Canelo and that Bud Spence shit, a lot of people been discrediting him, disrespecting him. Come on, man. How many times I gotta get you the fuck out of my way, man? Ooh, which trainer do you think is the most versatile in terms of developing different styles of fighters? Ooh, okay. Shit. Maybe Bo? Maybe Bomac? Cause I be feeling like, cause when you look at Panda, Coach Panda, Cepeda, and Matias, they similar fighters. They pressure fighters. Um, Bozy, Coach Calvin. I don't even know. anybody Coach Calvin got besides Tank and like I seen him work with like Malik Hawkins and shit like that. Truck. I'm thinking right now. I don't have an answer for that. I'm trying to come up with something. Different styles. Maybe Bo. Bo Mac got, he got Steven Nelson. He got Terrence Crawford. I mean, he had Chris Eubank. He got Keyshawn Davis. And them dudes don't fight alike. You know what I mean? They intelligent. You know what I mean? They could box. But in terms of them, fighting the same way, they not mentioning no Freddie Roach. Freddie Roach, all right. Freddie Roach ain't the type trainer that could like build a fighter from scratch, but he helps improve them. I'll tell you that. He helps improve fighters. He helped revitalize Miguel Cotto's second half of his career. You know what I mean? Freddie Roach ain't the type dude that's going to sit you down and build you from the ground up, though. But he'll help you get better. With what you got already, he can improve you. Yeah, Devin defense did get exposed. Yeah, Garfield be wilding. It's my boy Simba. He be tripping. He real, like, clingy. But, yeah, I understand that, Tank. But at the same time, you know what's crazy about that, though? Let's say he would have fought a fight where he boxed, right? Because right now, because he was coming forward and trying to be aggressive, they was like he should have boxed. But if he would have boxed, they would have been like, oh, you don't take no chances and blah, blah, blah. They would have found a way to talk shit about him regardless. Devin Haney is very hated in boxing for no fucking reason, honestly. Did y'all see them CompuBox numbers? Devin was actually losing on points. I mean, he was losing overall. I don't think it was really a debate whether he was winning or losing. He lost the fight. Ismael Salas had a bad 2024. Man, these things happen with trainers, bro. Like trainers go through, you know what I mean? They go through shit just like fighters do. They could be on a winning streak, they could be on a losing streak. It's an up and down thing. This boxing shit not easy, bro. This shit not easy. There's times where I came into tournaments and left with all wins. There's times where I broke even. There's times where I brought two fighters and both of them lost. Like these things happen. I'm not a big fan, Ralph. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm not a big fan of Teddy Atlas. I think he actually overhyped, honestly. I think he made his name off of other motherfuckers, and I mean because he know how to talk and he know how to come up with some clever, metaphors and shit. And he say little shit. I think I don't know. I don't think he all that. That's just me. He never produced a world champion either. I respect guys like Derek James, Bo Mac. You know what I'm saying? Let me see. Derek James, Bo Mac, Robert Garcia, because they actually took fighters when they ain't had shit going on and built them up to world champions. You know what I'm saying? I respect them. They could take an amateur and build them up to a world champ. I don't respect Teddy at all. Well, let me take that back. I'm not gonna say I don't respect him, but I don't think he's this great trainer that everybody else makes him out to be. I think he overhyped. What I think about Canelo coach, well, the one who helped, who started Canelo from the bottom was Eddie Reynoso's father, Chepo. But Chepo, he passed the baton over to his son. You know what I mean? And he's been working with him since. Now, Eddie Reynoso done had his he done had his moments as well, man. Like he had Ryan Garcia, Neri, Julio Cesar Martinez, Canelo, Andy Ruiz. He had a lot of fighters, bro. That nigga had one of the craziest stables at one point. Chepo had a world champ. Oh, I didn't even know that. You gotta respect that, like Nacho Bearstein and shit like that. I respect motherfuckers like that. Okay, he had a world champion before Canelo. That's interesting. I didn't know that. They all got caught with Pez. That's a fact. Dude that got smoked by Navarrete, you talking about Valdez. Chololo, Larios. Nah, I don't remember him. That's probably a little bit before my era. But all right, y'all. I'm gonna get up out of here, man. It's currently 1:17 in the morning where I'm at. We got 27 people on. If y'all can hit the like button, man, let's get the like button, man. Let's see how many likes we got in the building. Let's see what's up. We got 23 likes. Let's get them likes up, man. If you haven't hit the like button, go ahead and do your thing. You know what I'm saying? But Chololo put hands on Pacquiao for real? Oh shit, I'm gonna have to do my research. Yeah, Nacho Beristain, my guy. I feel like Reynoso outside of Frank Sanchez, he has all his guys try to emulate Canelo. I mean, yeah. Now I wasn't in PR for 2 days. I was there for 4. I was there for 4 days. That's still a short time, regardless. But no, I wasn't there no 2 days. But all right, y'all. I'm gonna get up out of here, man. I appreciate everybody that tuned into the channel and chopped it up with me on the live. We got some good boxing talk going on today, man. If y'all new to the channel, please subscribe, hit the bell notification so you'll know every time I'm posting videos or going live. I'll be back with some videos tomorrow. You know what I mean? I'll be back on live tomorrow as well, man. Be on the lookout for that. I appreciate everybody that helped me get to the 1900 mark, man. I'm very appreciative of that. You feel what I mean? Y'all won't regret it. You know what I mean? I'm going to stay consistent. I'm going to stay putting on for the nation and the mob. But until then, man, I'm going to take my ass to sleep, get ready for work tomorrow because, you know what I mean? I'm getting back to reality starting tomorrow. So shout out to everybody that's in the building. I hope y'all have a blessed, beautiful night. I'm out of here, man. Peace.